Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another motherfucking live stream. Outrageous. And it is outrageous. How are you? I am fantastic and I am doing... Yeah, I'm alright. What is up, my G's? We'll see who is here. I just need to get the chat up. Please hold. Now let us talk about perfume. A what? There is the coffee, if people wish to do that. Germs, Dushan, Miles, Heretic, Emre. How are we all? I hope you are all doing really well. How do you feel between Fat Electrician and Vet of a Tonka? They're similar but different. They both have that nutty vet of a thing going on. But they're different enough that you're able to own both. I think Fat Electrician's a little bit more ambery, a little bit more kind of sweet too. Easier to wear in cold. Easier to wear in cold conditions. So yeah, they're good. Similar-ish, but not so similar you couldn't own both. Welcome, John. Welcome, Greggy Boy. How you doing? Greggy Boy uploading regularly these days. Fantastic. You love to see it. Emre. Sent of the day, Trusadi Riasso. Mitra. Welcome. Good evening, friends. Welcome to Sense for Thought. Sense for Thought was on Seldomly Often's channel the other day. It was a nice chat. Welcome, Rudy. Pat Lester is wearing Kyoto. I should really wear Kyoto a bit more. It's been really warm here recently. Like, really warm in this country recently. So I've been like, what the hell? Had to dig into the old... summer rotation the other day. That was bizarre. Haven't had to do that very often. Welcome, Offenlicht. Scent of the day, Caron Puranom Sport. How does that differ from the original? That's funny as fuck. Better, but Tonga is thin, Electrician is fat. Zagorsk is not better. Germs, stop that. Germs dropped a video today. Not Germs. Rudy. Often licked. I sprayed Acne Studio on Promise today. Yikes. Rudnitska, what did I wear today? I'll tell you what I wore today. Oh, I wore this. I wore Nexon by Tower. My bottle is 939 of 1000. And it's really fantastic. It is fantastic and doing really well. It's really good, like. We need you on there, Rich. I feel like you don't get vintage until you smell for yourself. Yeah, it's pretty great. I love vintage. Rudy says Sycamore for the win. Rudy picking up differences in the different batches of Sycamore. That's quite interesting. It was interesting to see as well that they've both turned a similar colour, though. You know? The good thing is when you get differences in different batches and you've got both of them, you get to choose which one you like the most and keep it, like. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Welcome, Christian Breitkreuz. You're wearing Paris Deauville by Chanel. Jordan Albro said, no chance of ever getting Nexon, so I got myself a bottle of Pelargonium this weekend in New York City. And are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying Pelargonium? It's fantastic. And it does smell similar. I don't know if you've ever smelled Nexon, but they definitely smell similar. Pelargonium's fantastic. This is fantastic. This is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I love it. It's really good. Geranium, iris, vetiver, creamy, that lemon blossom thing in there is fantastic. Just the whole thing. It's amazing, like. I sure am enjoying it. It's fantastic. Hello, Karen. How are you? I'd like to try the new 80s, says James. Is it good? Sense for Thought says that vetiver video is a classic. Someone was trying to get me to sell them on the cheap the other day, and I said no. Or at least get a discount. I said no. No. Welcome, Vic. So, how are we all? How is Pradeep? How is everyone? Vic is wearing Drakkar blue. Oh no, a strict duck? Yes, that's right, Christina. I'm feeling strict. Which Airbus or Boeing, perfumes aside? Neither. I'm staying on the ground. How's the carpet situation? Still gone, you know? Carpet is still gone. Still have a naked floor. Still need a couple of the floorboards need to get sorted. I've discovered a crusty floorboard that needs to get fixed. Otherwise, they're not getting the rest of that bloody money. I really want to like Promise, but it's just too much for me. It's very medicinal and overly woody to me. I want to describe it like drinking cherry cough syrup in a sawmill. Oh, I went off Promise. I really liked it, and then I stopped. A crusty floorboard. There is a floorboard. There was a floorboard that got wet, had a hole in the roof, and leaked a lot of water. And the floorboards got wet in that part of the room, and I don't think they've ever truly dried out until the carpets come up properly. And now that they have dried out, they've just basically crumbled to fucking nothing, like, you know. Any funny stories? Probably. Big Lebowski situation, says Jaunty Jaunt. No. Ralph Probs Jane, remember me? Yes. Even though you have changed your name. I'm surprised you didn't drink it, says James. Ooh. No. Balls. I could go outside, actually. It's still fucking basically daylight out there, but there are bugs. Spider. Fly. Horrible bugs. They're not coming in. Evil beasties. What was that noise? Where's my water? Oh! So yeah, I just thought I would do a stream with you people today. Because I haven't done one for a while. I've been slacking on the streams. I have not been feeling too well. But I'm starting to feel a little bit better. What perfume would Lebowski wear? Oof. Promise above 20 Celsius can't be done. No, I don't think it can, Christian, to be honest with you. Promise above fucking 20 Celsius. I don't know. I can't do promise below 20 Celsius these days. I want Tom Ford to make a fucking line of private blend where he just uses curse words for every single release they spaced out. Scott says, hey, Art, hope you're well. Warm spring day here wearing Burberry Touch Pour On. How is it? Welcome, Zhao. I scored lately a bottle of Creed Mayfair, says Vic. Welcome, Jason Faulkner. Ralph says, how many bottles do you have in that desk? It's not a desk, it's a bureau. And hundreds. Nearly 400. Quite a lot. You just have to let promise do its thing and enjoy the ride. It's quite masculine for a modern scent for a change. So sense for thought. It's too chemical. It's too chemically like, you know, smells metallic. Spiders get sprayed with perfume, says James. I feel like we don't get many really masculine scents anymore. Well, not compared to vintage. If you're just getting into vintage scents, then you will come to find that no, you don't get many masculine. Oh, you're exactly right. You get unisex perfumes. Finished bottle of promise, you have a problem, says trying to down to Moscow. Welcome, Eugene. Yes, buddy. Yeah, it does, very metallic and not in a pleasant way. I don't like metallic fragrances. Chemical like mechanical orange. Welcome, Delis. Good afternoon, Maison Violette, un air apogee. That's Natalie Lawson's house, isn't it? Evening, Alex Mackay. Scent of the day is Paco Rabanne XS. Good fragrance. Good fragrance. Fellows, says Eugene. Offenlich says, oh, the Parfum d'Empire set came back in stock today. I ordered one. That's good news for everyone. Richard, did you see the new Geo Privé coming out called Skyrocket with notes of tangerine, musk, and vetiver? Yeah, that's been around for a couple of weeks, hasn't it? That news. And the Bois d'Argent is going to be coming out in June. The Esprit. Scent of the day is Vert de Bois, says Jason. It's good. Welcome, Brian. How you doing? Taking away juice gender. Damn you, Ifra, says Brian. I suppose the correct nomenclature is I prefer traditionally masculine targeted fragrances. Oh. Sad to hear that rug really tied the room together, says Johnny John. The room has been all at sea ever since. Crivelli Saffron Secret, says Brian. Skyrocket is not coming out to bespoke fragrance for a higher up at Dior. It'd be interesting though. Be interesting if it did. Dallas says Mitra, Eugene and Rich went live today. This is one for the books, says Dallas. Joe just casually butchering their line like it's nothing, says Spaced Out. Tried Carner Black Calamus yesterday. That's a fantastic dark masculine and heavily discounted. Yeah, those Carner perfumes are. They were all the rage about 10 years ago. Skyrock sounds like a parody of Dior Privé. There's a different one. There's a rose one coming out, isn't there? That's definitely coming out. Exactly, Mitchell's real Malfa males only wear masculine fragrances, says Spaced Out. Jared says, Brian, oh, I didn't know you worked for Dior. My bad, says Jared. Can't believe you dehydrated on your rug, man, says Karen, throwing in the obligatory man. Those beers kind of reminded me of that game. Probably Red Dead, says Ralph. The person in charge of the names of the Diors is even worse than the perfumers. Yeah, this has been a thing in perfume for a while now. The names have been absolutely shite for a good while. Let's not take the fucking piss. You know what I mean? Like, some of the names of perfumes that have been coming out have been absolutely fucking awful, like. You know? Frappan got all the love a decade ago. Yeah, even more than a decade ago now. You're going back to 2012, 2013. It's 2025 now, and it's halfway through 2025 now. Ugh. What the fuck? More Privé and signature flankers is the trend now, says Brody. Jared, or maybe I can read. It's made quite a while ago for Peter Phillips. It's not getting released, says Brian. Christian says, most corners didn't do much for me, but Black Calamus is a standout. What are those beers for, says Ralph. I don't know. Beer of the day is Jaipur by Thornbridge, says Jason. Just bought my wife Joy by Parfum, an original bottle. Nice. Honestly, Lobo is the most normal names out of most brands. Basic, but at least they ain't fucking cringy. Well, yes. I mean, the least weird. Bring difficult French names back, says Prodeep. She loves it, says Bella. Vic. Karen has the same hair as St. John the Baptist on Leonardo da Vinci's painting. Christian Bright Krautz says, top 10 least inventive names. 1, Hom. 2, Hom. 3, Hom. Yeah, says James. The worst named fragrance of all time is You're Drugged by Emir. If you're getting drugged by an Emir, then you're in serious trouble. The difficult French names make gatekeeping a breeze. You don't even know the name of your own perfume, says Sense for Thought. Have you heard about discontinuations of parfums to Nikolai? Heard that Neroli Intense is on the chopping block. That's a great one. Those Killian-esque names are what's not. Yeah, the Killian ones are fucking disgraceful. Yes, actually, the worst offender for names is Killian. Now that you've said that, you're not wrong. They pissed me off. Literally pissed me off. Fuck. They made me fucking angry. No, I haven't heard anything about discontinuations at Nikolai. I'm not a big Nikolai fan. I don't know. There's something wrong with them that I just don't get on with. Those Killian-esque names are what's annoying. Calling these beers kind of look like beers, says Ralph. Speaking of Tower, he also has some of the worst names. Tower has he left his cologne in my bedroom. Ew. And when we cuddle and I can smell your perfume on my clothes. That never even, didn't know, no idea. That's mental. Fuck's sake. That's knocked me sick, that. Here's joining me with his top 10 special occasion fragrances, says Dushan. Love the way you taste is a great name, says Time to Musk Up. You have a bottle of Fat Electrician there. That is ironically funny, though. You know what I mean? Like, that is funny in an ironic... That is like a fucking... That is like an iconoclastic name for a perfume. It's a really good name for a perfume because it's like an anti-perfume name and in an ironic way, you know? Whereas Kissing burns 6 calories a minute is just tacky. That's just tacky as fuck. It's just shit. It's not even tacky, it's just shit. Jared says, Brian, or maybe you're just... I don't know, because myself and other people never heard of it before today, and even Rose didn't know about it. Just released the info on YouTube. Okay, there, smart guy, says Jared. Sense for thought. Thank you for reviewing, says Eugene. What was the name? Kissing burns calories. Yeah, kissing burns 6 calories a minute. Want to work out? Yeah, fuck off. There's the most patronising shit. What a look at he was, says Karen. The grooming staple I'm never without is my Francis Kirkjohn. I don't know if grooming and Francis Kirkjohn should be. I don't want my name to be brought up in a conversation about grooming. Know what I mean? Want to make out, says Divine? Not particularly. Can't we just like cuddle or something like that, you know? And he named it Skyrock. Everybody gives me compliments, says Peter Phillips. Everybody gives me compliments. That is just the worst. Oh, fuck off. I'd tell him he smelled like shit. I don't care if I like the smell of it. I'd just go up to him and just say, are you Peter Phillips? I'd be like, yes. I might just ring him and tell him he smells like shit. I don't even have to actually smell it. He'd be like, how the fuck do you know? I'd be like, Francis Kirkjohn made it. I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, it smells like shit. And he'd be like, well. And I'd be like, yeah, fuck off. Probably niche that Fat Electrician was reading about that in a frag book the other day. Fat Electrician's fantastic. I like the name. I like the perfume. I actually like the perfume. I actually get marron glass from it. I actually get that glazed... I get that glazed kind of like, you know, like sugar glaze kind of thing from it. The vetiver's like a little menthol. It's fantastic. It's great perfume. Another root could be called Butt Stuff Pour Homme, says Butt Stuff Pour Femme as well, to be fair. You never heard of pegging? Pegging, Pour Femme, Pour Homme, really, if it's pegging, isn't it? What have you done to me? I did not shave that girl, says Karen. Skyrock sounds like a beach. It does actually sound like something beach would do, wouldn't it? Francis Cook has groomed the wider Fragcom audience into believing he's a master perfumer. In reality, he is the person who worked in marketing all along. I mean, yes, I actually am coming round to that. Well, no, it's not even that. You're pushing on an open door. I agree with you. I don't know why I'm trying to make it more complicated than that. I agree with you. You're right. Fuck shit. I should have known. I hated Lamal. You know? I still hate Lamal. It's fucking shit. The fuck's that? Fuck knows. Get over there. Oh, I fucking hate Lamal. I've always hated Lamal. Hated it the first time I smelled it, and I still hate it today. It's fucking foul. Get back. Oh. How about Kirky for a name? Kirky's not actually... Kirky for a perfume's bad, but it's not as bad as the Killians. The Killians are aggressively bad. Like, they're like the Killians are like when you go to a gay bar, right? Because the drinks are cheap. And you make it clear that you're not gay. But one of them comes up to you. At least one of them comes up to you and is handsy as fuck. Is over aggressive in a sexual way, overly sexually aggressive, handsy as fuck. It's the closest thing a man will ever know what it's like to being a woman in a bar. Do you know what I mean? Where are we? Ever tell someone you hated their perfume? Says Eugene. I've told many people that I hate them. Have I told them I hated the perfume? No, because the perfume's like a personal taste sort of thing. So I'm like, I kind of like take that out the equation, you know? I'll tell you what's worse. It's when someone you really hate wears a nice perfume. That's awful. You hate to see it, like, you know? It's like that meme. Awful. The worst person you know just made a great point. You know that meme? It's fucking terrible when that happens as well, like. When Erwin Creed, when Erwin Creed didn't want Jeremy to spray fragrance on him was the best way to say it. Yeah, that was quite good. Pegging, says Jason. Yes, Eugene Kirk, an instant crush. Leighton or oud for greatness? Neither. And you can't make me, Alexa. Hello, how are you? He's a perfumer, though, at least. Maybe not a master. He's a perfumer, and he's created some of the most iconic fragrances ever. Is he up there with a Rudnitska and a Bourdon? Is he up there with a Mathilde Laurent? Which one's the one at Prada? Annick Monardo. Is he up there with fucking Sheldrake and Polge? No, he's fucking not. Fuck off. He's just not. Bring Dimashi back. I take back everything I said to him, says. Hey, I tell you what, just when you think things can only get better, they suddenly get worse, eh? It was like, Dimashi's away, yay! And then you see fucking Kirkjohn homing into view, and you're like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. He's not a Creed or a Roger. I mean, Creed's not a perfumer, and neither's Roger. So I see what you're saying. The thing is that are they charlatans? I don't know that they're charlatans. They're bullshitters. But they've also had perfumes created that are wildly popular. Killian is mostly not good, Divine. Stop that. Baccarat Rouge 540 is god-awful as well. I don't like it. Loved Le Male when it launched, but it smells like plastic now. I've always hated Le Male. I've always hated it. I hated it when I was a kid. Came out when I was like 10 or 11, and it was awful then. Oud Satin Moon is strawberry cereal milk curdled in the bowl. That is disgusting, says Scott. Which one have I got? Oud Satin Mood Extra. What is this analogy? To be a woman groped in a bar would make a nice Killian name, says Brian. People's taste sometimes sucks. Yes, it does. Who has worse names, Tom Ford or Killian? Killian by far. Leighton's okay, though. Not worth all disrespect. But it's just not worthy of the sensationalism it receives from the brain-dead creators. Do you like any Labos? Yes, I like the eucalyptus one. That was quite good. I like the lavender one. The price is disgraceful because it's literally just lavender. It's the popular ones that I don't like, and I don't mean that in a kind of hipster kind of way. It's like I just smelled the really like the really hyped up ones, and I'm like, nah, nah, nah. But Tay Noir smells like Gucci Pour Homme 2. The bergamot one's okay, but it's not. It's not. I want more. I want more bergamot. There's some good Killian Straight to Heaven back to black Secret Wood. I liked. Is it Phantom Lord? It's not Phantom Lord. Dark Lord, Phantom Lord. Which one's the one that's got the arsenic? Is it arsenic note in it? The nutty one. That's quite nice, but I couldn't wear it all the time. It's got that weird sandalwood that's in Dries Van Noten. Imagine explaining I'm just here for the beer, not the scenery, says Pat. Daniela Andrea, yes. People are liking Christine Nagel now. The Berenia was awful. Yeah, Divine agree on Leighton average. More sharp, Roddy. The new tear is too chemical. I'm not a big fan of the new tear. It's interesting in that it's... So there was this rumour going around, wasn't there, that Biche was going to be the new Hermes perfumer, right? But then it got squashed, and I and a few other people read into the fact that the new tear smelled like a Biche. I think what might have happened is actually, I think Nigel's just looked around and seen what was popular at the minute, and it's all Biche stuff, and she might have just fucking taken a page out of his book, like, you know what I mean? And now Killian is mostly good. You yourself would have described Killian as most as good as little as 6 months ago. No, I wouldn't. That's rubbish, you know it is. 6 months ago, I've been seeing his shite for years. Black Phantom, that's the one. Nigel is way more heavy-handed compared to Jean-Claude. Yes, most people are, though. Most people are. It's a harsh comparison. Like, I was talking to the woman at the Hermes counter the other day, and she's adamant that Veta Vatonka is like the worst selling of, or one of the worst selling of the Hermes Essence, and I'm like, it's the best one. I don't get it. How? What? It's bonkers. Bergamot 22 is not bad. Yeah, I like the Bergamot one. The thing is with Bergamot, right, I've got that, I've got a Scallon Indonesi, which is a massive bergamot lemon thing, which is incredible. And then I've got that Bergamotto Merino by Foray, which is fantastic as well. So for bergamot, and then the prices of them Le Labos, for how basic they are. And they are basic perfumes. They're not these huge developing master classes of like refined perfume. They're very, very standard. They're very basic, very stripped back, which is fine. You know, you want to wear one of them, something like that. But should you have to pay that kind of money to smell that basic? No. Scott Bear likes Veteva 46. Alex McKay says, only Killian's I have time for are Angel Share and Black Phantom. All the rest are very soft on me. James says, bro, I didn't expect to like that one. Nigel works to a brief eye, but it takes guts to stick to something that might not fly, says Jason. Dark Lord is the Gucci guilty absolutes, his sensible thought. Christian says, I liked several MFKs 8 or 9 years ago, and 2 years later I couldn't stand them anymore. Very educational. Yeah, I think that's not a bad point. I think you can get bored of MFK very quickly. I think you can get very bored. Like you. So the Aventus hype seemed to go on for over 10 years, right? And Aventus is a little bit complex, you know, it's a sheep rub, but it's got a top, middle, and bottom. It's it changes and all of that sort of thing. That went on for a long time. The Baccarat Rouge thing went on for about 3 years, 4 years. People have moved on to the Barwar things. You know? I think Aventus was dominant for a long time. Dark Lord is the one that smells like Gucci Guilty. Or is that Sacred Wood? Sacred Wouldn't. I prefer Jubilation 25, almost 25, says Dushan. New Tear, like so many, didn't need to be made. There are a lot of perfumes now, Jason Falconer, that do not need to be made. And they feel like they just... It's almost like ADHD. It's just almost like they're making perfumes, like people are buying perfumes. There's this kind of mass hysteria going on. And I say that as somebody who sits in front of you with like all these perfumes, but it's like there's this kind of hysteria. It's like a folie à deux where the punters are going mental for perfumes and the companies are also going mental for perfumes. And everybody's just in this kind of death spiral, death dance where they're making so many, we're buying so many, and everybody's lost their minds. You know, someone's going to get hurt. The new Tear smells gross, swapping citrus for coffee and black licorice, not a good idea. People were saying to me, the new Tear, I can say I've got the sample up there, the new Tear doesn't, I don't get any of the original in it. Like, I searched for it. No, that's not true. I get a little bit of the original in it, but so little that it could have been released as its own fragrance, but it doesn't fit the Hermes. It doesn't fit the Hermes zeitgeist that Elena came up with. And I think they've got this kind of, problem, which is an issue with having a perfumer who is also head of creative, you know, perfumer and creative director. Now, if you were going to have anyone to do that, you would have an Elena, you would have a Polsch, you would have a Bourdon, you would have a Rudnitska. Of course you would, right? But the problem is, right, is that when that person leaves, and the very nature of time and life itself, right, is that these people will leave and the company will live past them. Having somebody else come in and having to work to their brief is hard. You know? Putting it all on one person. Is it fair? Is it right? I don't mind Biche being the Hermes perfume. It's a sacrifice to keep them contained to one brand. Market forces sustain it, says Jason. Christian says, I think Prodi came up with that Biche rumour, says Christian. Val says, is the new Absolute Polar Soir 2024 worth it? An animalic honey? Prince one wasn't. B is too sweet. Animalic honey. Oh, God. You could try the old Givenchy Gentleman or the Boss Number 1, but they're pissy. Christian Pradeep says, I was debating that rumour. People went off on Gossip Machine. Says Pradeep. Never got on with Tear, says Alex. Couldn't take to the dirty orange. Because it's not sweet. You got to smell like a snack these days, says Rudy. What's the best-selling Hermes essence, then? Amber Nargile, I would have said, was... Yeah, Pradeep says Amber Nargile as well. I would have said Amber Nargile, like... Amber Nargile smells like the laundry detergent mixed with pumpkin spice candle, says Karen. That of a Tonka is the best one by far, says Jared. Single malt is the number one Killian, says Divine. That's not really a surprise, is it? The Larbo is one of the few brands staying true to itself. Probably top 10 brands currently, says Rudy. And Malt has to be releasing something soon. Yeah, they'll be doing something soon, you would have thought, yeah. Paprika Brazil is the best one, says Germs. I like Paprika Brazil. My current personal favourite is Osman Yunnan, says Pradeep. It covers everything, Hermes. Scott says, Cedros, Sandbach and Vetiver Tonka are all worth the dough. Fantastic, worth both. £383 for 200 mils of Vetiver Tonka. Yee. Dushan says, Pradeep, do you like Violette Valinka? I really like the smell of Violette Valinka, but I couldn't wear it. Same with Gallop. Like, I liked the smell of Gallop, but I couldn't wear it. Now it's Emma Waj. Every channel from last year has turned to them for growth, says Pradeep. Osmanthus is so refreshing, says James. Jared says that Indian guy on YouTube was the first one that hyped a backer out. I think his name was Stewie Boy or something like that. I thought you were going to say Pradeep. Frag Boy Stewie. Fuck, that was a long time ago. Frag Boy Stewie hasn't made a video for a long time. Still like Poivre Samarkand the most, says Karen. On TikTok seems to be mind games and LV, says Scott. Which what are you going to sample that LV line? When the samples aren't silly fucking money, that's when. Don't know if you tried Sequoia yet, says James. Yeah, I don't have TikTok. I'm never getting TikTok either. I'm never getting any social media. I saw somebody I knew when I went to school the other day. They were like, did you not have, like, Facebook or anything? I was like, no. And they were like, why not? And I was like, well, why? And they kind of looked at us like I had two heads for a second. And they were like, oh. I was like, it's fucking awful. Why the fuck would I want fucking Facebook? Like, they literally couldn't fathom. Like, it could never occur to them that somebody might not want that shit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it was essentially a fucking roundabout way of saying to them, no, I don't want to fucking talk to you, fuck off. I'm enjoying my lalabos these days, says Mitra. If I was a strategy consultant for Mall, I would advise making Portrait a Lady and Musk Extrait de Parfum. Ew. I've been revisiting Darren Allen fragrances, and Sacred Smoke and Bathory are fantastic. You should do a revisit on some discovery sets you've done. Maybe your opinion will change. I think I've given them away. So far, I liked Cedrat 37 and Levant 31 very much. I liked Levant by Le Labo. I just thought it was fucking vastly overpriced for what it was. Vastly. Ooh. LV have everyone shelling for them without giving out any free bottles. It's marketing genius. Well, everybody wants to be associated with them. That's why. Got a Lush special day at the home of Lush in Poole Saturday where they have old original stuff. Looking forward to that. See what I might unearth. Gotta go. See you later, Jason. Tay Noir is the best, Le Labo, says Jared. Tay Noir's the one that smells like Gucci Pour-Homme 2. Divine says they've got to hunt me down on LinkedIn. Bergamot 22 was a surprise for me. A good one, says Scott. I've always loved Vetiver 46 and Comme de Garçon 2 Man will be an extra replacement at half the cost. Patchouli 24 remains my favourite. So, Comme de Garçons do these... Is it Vetiveru? Vetiveru? No, that's Diptyque, isn't it? Vetiveru. They do like a Vetiver cologne thing, and it's lovely. A couple of those cologne things by Comme de Garçon are really, really nice. Really nice. There's a diptyque called Vinegary, de Toilette, and somebody's selling it on eBay. I might buy that just to have it around to smell like. It's lovely. It's from native tongue Tamil. It's pronounced Vetiveru. It means jobless root. Pointless root. Tamil in the far south of India. Deep south. Oh. I think in the second half of the stream, I'm going to go back over these investee samples I did, because I never did a follow-up video, and I'm not going to do a follow-up video, but we'll go back through them and smell them and see what we think, shall we? Oh God, no! Yes, that's what we're going to do. But first, let me dehydrate, friends. Oh shit, I can't move. There it is. I'm back. Oh! I am back. I see you motherfuckers bailing. Scandalous. The honey is local honey, and it's weird. It has a weird texture. The localist of honey. Unusual. Oh! Let's see what we got here. Fresh out the shower and sitting here on board to Portugal and loving it, says Dick. Welcome, Dick. Finally got Rochas Femme out of Cologne. And it's beefy. I could hardly believe it's not a Cologne. I'm excited to smell Mitsuko next, says Dallas. Sniffed investing number 4. I was horrified, says Bazok. See you later, Duchamp. Les Jens, says Lost Sense. Andries says, evening, rich and all in the chat. Sent of the day, Marc-Antoine Barbar-Tillier from a sample. Sense for Thought says, I've been on a shipwreck discovery mission, Delis. Need to get a Rochas Femme. I've got a vintage Rochas Femme. Or have I? Maybe. Jubilation 25 woman was overrated in my opinion. I've got the vintage Rochas Femme and it's outrageous. I also got a bottle of Escal in Indonesia. The Ambra Supreme. Thank you guys for your suggestions on what brands to try. Your opinions are gems in charcoal, says Delis. Timing rich so we can make jokes about dehydration turning into solid waste. But I didn't. I went downstairs. Welcome off and late. Hello, Alicia. Maybe time then to learn some French. Duck popped downstairs and was rewarded with honey. That honey better be that I'm on sample. What kind of honey, James? A bit of honey. Rich, can I send you Mayo Fushini samples to test? Maybe. Maybe not, but maybe. I don't know. Honey helps the pipes and allergies. It does, and this is local honey. I mean, it is literally honey from, like, down the road, you know? Literally down the road. Oof, I thought local honey was a local hottie, says Mitra. No, it's not. Hello, Sandra B. How are you? Evening, Rich. Sent of the day, Paco Rabanne Invictus. It's fucking vile. Yes. Yes, it is. Why did you do that to yourself? I don't understand. How sad, says Mitra. Yes, very sad. Very sad indeed. Okay. Let us put the lovely Nexin away. Oh, it's so nice. Clean and creamy. Okay. Here we have Le Bistrot de la Butte. Vestiaire olfactif. Haute parfumerie et cosmétique. Why doesn't it work? Oh, I'm using it wrong. Here are the samplers. So. Oh, you fucking bastards. See, I do it with me bloody samples as well. What a wanker. Okay, shall I get some... What's that? I shall get some of these. Hermitage. Fuck off. Everything has fallen over, friends. Everything has turned to shit and fallen over. Fucking bastards. I need to throw that away. I need to throw all of this shit away. Fuck's sake. Oh! Right. Here we go. Okay. Show me the honey. Straight in the trash, Tom, says Karen. Good Lord, here it goes, says Pradeep. You know anyone else that dropped coin on these other than us? No, I don't. What are those? These are from the same people who made Les Indomables and Eugene's fragrances. They can be bought at Bistro de la Butte. I think they use their materials. There's a brand in here called Investi. So it's Investi. So like invest with an I at the end. And they're called Nerve Agent. And then there's another one that is called Amon by Enea. So Enea. You can get the sample set for like 35 euros or something. Welcome, Sandra B. You bought Amber Liquide by Astia de Velate and produced by Pradeep. It is gorgeous, says Sandra. Sounds like my life, says Mitra. So, Viole Nere by Mio Ficini is one of my favourite discoveries this year. Such a well-done violet fragrance, says Scott. Yarn doesn't match the build, says James. But you have to understand. Oh, I am very tired. Okay, so we'll try Nerve Agent number 4. Let's try you. Ugh. Orange. No way. No. Clandestine laboratories have got a perfume called Novichok. Get in. Ah. What are you doing? That's what the fuck is going on. It's got a clovey sort of thing going on too. This was number 4, wasn't it? Did I spray number 4 there? Did anybody see which number I had there? Yeah, it was number 4. Okay. So. I'm getting some of that rubbery labdanum thing. I mean, it's not as bad as the number 3. The number 3 smells like straight rubber, like something a bit woody. Got a lot of orange sort of clove thing at the top. Spicy. It's 400 quid for 50 ml, man. It's grapefruit. I knew there was something in it I didn't like. Horrible grapefruit. Get away from me. Ew. I don't like grapefruit. It's gross. Grapefruit's rank. Let's try the Enia. I'm on. I'm on. This is incense and honey. I wonder if I'll be able to smell it because I've just been munching on honey. Oof, I'm getting a lot more of the incense than I did. Peppery, dry bastard. Black pepper. Metallic. Metallic, dry, peppery. Metallic, dry, peppery. Some of the honey's starting to come in a little bit, but it's very caustic, almost caustic incense kind of thing. Very starchy. I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I can imagine somebody being taken away by the story. It's fresh. It's dry. Caustic. No sign of amber wood, which is nice. Floral honey type thing. Enjoying this. I can see the niche and indie crowd really enjoying this. I just don't enjoy it. I would wear. But it's a very caustic, starchy, dry, scratchy incense. It's not smoky. Feels like soot. Almost like the soot of incense. You know? Really, very particular very particular note, dry, scratchy kind of note. Not in a patchouli kind of way. It's a bit more down the smoky route than that, but it's not. Which one's this? Which one is this? Number 5. Nerve Agent number 5. So baffles me to this day that people name their perfume something number 5. Not to worry. This one is like the summery kind of one, you know. It's got that green, orange, vetiver, bright light kind of thing. Something a little bit kind of grapey, something a little bit kind of, you know, when you drink alcohol and you get that slight sort of warm feeling on the back of your throat. It's got that a little bit, you know. It's very, yeah, the main thing I'm getting at the minute is that kind of alcoholic spirit just after you've swallowed it kind of smell. It's fresh, it's bright, it's got a little bit of darkness from that boozy sort of thing. It's a little bit creamy again, you know. The vetiver, like some kind of like balsamic kind of resin thing going on, you know. And then we come to number 3. First but not least. What happened to number 1 and number 2? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, this one was the fucking one I didn't like straight away. 50% labdanum. It's on first opening, right? You get this really weird, almost vinegar type rose thing, like a cider kind of thing, you know. Again, that alcohol going down your throat kind of. The alcohol going down your throat kind of thing, which leaves your throat a little bit numb, but also warm. It's very full on. It's very rich. It's sour. Why you would want to smell like cider is beyond me, but that is what this smells like to me. It smells like cider. And like cheap cider, you know, like White Lightning for any of who lived in fucking Britain 25 years ago when we were at school drinking fucking £1 fucking bottles of cider. Like the stuff the alcoholics drink, you know what I mean? It opens up a little bit. The rose becomes a little bit more prominent. The rose becomes a little bit powdery. The rose develops a little bit. But that labdanum keeps it fat and like a rubber ball. Like an elastic band. So grippy. You know? Like a tire. Thick. Apple cider vinegar, that kind of thing. It's so rough. I really, 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 I mean, I appreciate that it doesn't smell like everything else that's been released today. It's not like they've gone out and said, right, let me have like a bestseller. Pradeep mentioned it was when he'd been smelling them that they all had this kind of honey material running underneath. And I kind of get what he's saying. I don't know if that's just because I've eaten some honey, but there is that little bit of sweet underneath all of them. Overall, there are none of them I would spend the money for. Least of all, that Nerve Agent number 3. That Nerve Agent number 3 is a tough perfume. And I mean that like it smells tough, chewy, you know? Overcooked. Really struggling. Okay. Let's read the comments, shall we? I hope you enjoyed that. Got your own personal fucking final impressions live. Sandra says, Pradeep, it is gorgeous. I don't get why people do not talk about it. As soon as I tried it, I rolled my eyes. I bought 30 mil straight away this afternoon. Not even a 10 rarely happens. An amber liquide. I've had the Discovery set for a while. I'm down to smell them, but I'm waiting to do it on camera, but I need time because it's a massive Discovery set. Split it up into different videos, mate. That's what I do. And it'll help you be able to tackle them all, you know. Do like 3 or 4 at a time. James says L'Envol's still underrated. Pradeep says Asti Velotte is a fantastic brand. Doesn't get much attention, and that's good. Thinks some of Ropion's best work outside a mall. Scott says that L'Envol EDT is essentially a perfect spring fragrance. Love them both, but the EDT is chef's kiss. Scott 100% doesn't get much better parfum for the winter. I might spray along with you on test trips. Too late for a shower, says Pradeep. Even after discontinuation, going for cheap. What about the Pamplemousse? It's the most likable grapefruit. Probably. But I still don't like it because I don't like grapefruit. Didn't that have Uda Oris, something expensive? Allegedly, it was the Iris, the one that... Really expensive one of these, like 400 euros for 50 mil. Yeah, it's got a shit ton of Iris and a shit ton of sandalwood in it. I still think Nexon's better, which has a shit ton of Iris in it as well. Sandra says, I agree, Pradeep, but try Deli Le Noir, Mantes Le Jolie. They're all full bottle worthy. I thought Ropion was dead after sampling fragrances from his own brand. Thankfully, there are still fans here. It's a stunning jar. Should still be in production. Incense? Honey? Yeah, says Karen. What number is it? It's called Enia. It hasn't got a number. It's called Enia Amon by Enia. E-N-E-A. Go to the Bistro de la Butte website and you'll find it. Platine Privé, best grapefruit with almonds, says James. Scott definitely agrees, should still be in production. They are definitely not Antoine Lee, says Pradeep. I don't know. It could be. When I heard L'Envol was discontinued, says Christian, I got backups to last me a lifetime. It was one of my first discoveries back in 2016 when I started to be nuts about perfume. Yeah, it's sad when your favourite perfumes get discontinued. Some of the colognes are nice too. Pradeep, I'm still trying to find a sample set for the colognes over here. L'Envol is up there with the likes of Ted, Dioron, Black Orchid for me is one of the best signature creations of the last 25 years. Oh dear. I should be ashamed to admit, but daft not, that I love Pasha Edition Noir for this time of year as well. I had a bottle of that, but I gave it to Richie G. Cartier continues to impress. Definitely one of the best designer houses. You are losing viewers, Duck, says Pradeep. That's quite all right. Don't do it for the viewers. Karen says, this is almost ASMR. I heard a gurgle. Yes, I've drank a lot of water. I've done the best part of 5 litres in, actually. It's got nothing wrong with that at all, mate. Cartier and Hermes will always have my attention. Hopefully they both keep doing their own thing. Aninit. A-N-I-N-Y-T. Have you tried any of Guerlain's private line? Which private line, mate? Guerlain has a lot of different lines. Pradeep. They were the first lovers in 16. Tur and Lon Volt. Bottom Fosco. How are you doing? Admittedly, a vinegar roast sounds kind of delicious. Might be a good condiment, says Scott. Frosty Jack Classic. Nah, White Lightning. White Lightning's what I'm talking about. Peter says, late to the party. What's got a shitload of iris and sandalwood? That Investi Nerve Agent number 4. It's got loads of both in. And it's still not great. There's Rose Harissa in most Tesco's. Not very vinegary, though. Talking about L'Art de la Matière private line. Name one perfume out of it. The Art de la Matière and the Absolute Orient. I keep getting mixed up. You'll have to prompt us. Name one perfume from the line that you want us to talk about, and I will tell you. Oh, in about a week and a half, on the 1st of June, we will be doing the spring to summer rotation, friends. A mini rotation. How fun. You didn't rate them, Rich. I don't know that brand. Guerlain, says Mitra. Spiritus Double Vanilla is the best in my opinion. Ah, that line. Yes, I didn't rate them. There was the Iris. Was it Iris Fauve? Iris Tonka, the Tonka Imperial. Bois d'Harmonie. I've got a video on them, mate. I've got a video on all of them, like a playlist on them. No, that's not true. Scott's right. I've got Neroli Outre Noir. I've got Neroli Outre Noir for summer. That's a nice one. Watching from Chicago, Sense in Real Life. Good stuff. Scent of the Day, Loewe, number 7, Cobalt. Loewe is quite underrated. I like Loewe. I almost live in the back of a Guerlain boutique, says Sandra. Wow, I have no idea what brand that is, says Mitra. I like Neroli Plain Sud, says Offenlicht. Yes, Tonka Imperial is a work of art, says Aninit. What would you like me to call you, Aninit? A-R-A-N-I-N-Y-T. I need something to call you because I can't say that every time. I can barely say it once, never mind every time. What day of the week will that be? Good question. What day of the week is the 1st of June? Just call me Anne. Okay, Anne. I prefer the Guerlain Legendaires line to the L'Art de la Matière line. Mitra, that was sarcasm, says. Are they the extra ones, Sandra, says Peter. Start calling Peter Pradeep now. Like the stream, friends. If you like liking streams, please like the stream. Is my camera on sideways? What the fuck is going on? I've got no idea how to do audio-visual shit. I have got none whatsoever. Oh, didn't hear the 1st of June. Say it 3 times in a row, says Mitra. Don't. Do not summon any demons. Nice magnetic box, it ain't it? Better than the juices, says Pradeep. Oh, the little bits of red paper. How fetching. I will send these to Peter next. That first one dries down quite dry and woody. Peter, when you're finished with them, will you send them to Fliss? She might like to try that. She might like to try that I'm on one. Of course I will. Okay. I will ship them out to you in the next day or so. Nice magnetic box, isn't it? Are you planning on going to a perfume event soon? No. No, I'm not, Anne. I am not planning on going to a perfume event ever, if I'm being honest. I refer back to George, the fragrance apprentice, when he went to Essence, I think it was, a couple of years ago, and he came away saying it was one of the most dispiriting, hard, tough, corrosive experiences he'd had with perfume, and it put him off perfume. In fact, it put him off making content for a while. And I can utterly believe it. I'll be gutted when he goes, by the way. Fuck. I'll be gutted when he finally calls it a day. Now he's put a hard fucking timescale on it. But yeah, he went there. He said it was just basically people going there to fucking network and try and make money. It's nothing to do with perfume, and you can't enjoy it. You know. I think when you say it's a dramatic reaction, I don't think that. I think that was just the camel that brought the straws back, the straw that broke the camel's back. I think it was the culmination of a long series of events. Like, he's been making content a lot longer than me, but I think me and him have been watching videos on YouTube, fragrance videos, for about the same length of time, and we have seen the scene change over those lengths of time and what it's gone from and what it's become, and it's been very dispiriting, hard to watch, sad. It feels like we've lost some infinite thing, you know. I get it. I totally get it. When he said what he said in his video, when he said that, I got it. Something has been taken from us. That's what it feels like. I want to give it away too. I always give away my sample sets. Especially to like people like Peter, who sends me sample sets when he's fucking enraged by them as well. Do you know what I mean? Get it away from me. That's what friends are for. No, the normal L'Art de la Matière collection, I own probably 40 to 50 Guerlain, but I own 4 cents from Art de la Matière. I have backups of some. He is planning to avoid them all, says Mitra. And says, why not? It's a nice way to meet people with the same interests and making connections. That is a fair point. I'll give you that. You're right. So it's like, I get that. And I agree. I would rather meet people with the same interests a different way, which is what I'm doing now. I would rather have the channel talk about the perfumes that I like and that I own and that I've bought. I don't do any kind of sponsored content. I don't know how long you've been aware of the channel or anything like that. I don't do any sponsored content. I refuse free bottles. The only free bottles I've ever had have been from Eugene. And I don't talk about them because he gave us them for free, even though he is one of my very bestest. So, because I think that that's another thing that's absolutely wrecked the community, the whole financial incentive, you know. So, I think a good thing to do is to just talk about the thing, the way I do it. Plus, as well, I've got health problems, so traveling, especially traveling abroad, is very difficult for me. Traveling within my own country is also difficult for me. So this kind of this setup I've got where I've got basically the internet's an absolute godsend, like, so I can just sit and talk to people about shared interests and stuff like that, like you know, sit and talk to people like you. I can do that through the internet, and I don't have to go and meet up with them in person, which is extremely handy. Why not? It's a nice bit. They discontinued the best one sound iris ganache. I had some chocolate ganache the other day, not perfume, but some actual chocolate ganache. It was all right. A little bit thick, a little bit rich. My favourite, Myrrh and Deliriers. I like that one, actually. No, I wouldn't buy a bottle, but I thought it was all right. Dumbed down. Yeah, the community, yeah. The community's it's in a race to the bottom, like it's in a death spiral, like. And the longer you're in Fragcom, you realise the problem with Fragcom is the people in it, so rather avoid it, says Micha. Fragcom's peak was not COVID. It depends by what peak you mean. Online YouTube, Fragcom's numbers peak was COVID, but I don't think the quality was there. I'd say it was roughly about 10, just after Jeremy appeared, like, was probably when we were all peaking. All right, Cezanne, let's change topics. Have you tried some of the Arabian perfumes everyone's been talking about? I'm not an Arabian perfume fan. I think a lot of people talk about those Arabian perfumes because they're paid to do so, if I'm being honest. J. Jake says, no notification. When did this start? It was an hour and a half ago. He put me onto Keist. I will forever thank him, says Tina. Yes. That's the thing when you've been following. See, the thing is that he liked that perfume. So when you know someone actually likes a perfume and they tell you that they think you should try it, like he did in his latest video, he did a video the other day where he was like, someone walked up to him, gave him a perfume, asked him to try it, and he ended up really, really liking it. You know what I mean? And he did a video about it, and this was like a Nothing influencer who gave him a Nothing brand who gave him a perfume because they struggled to make a fucking perfume and they wanted it, and he was like fucking, he ended up loving it, so he said he'd talk about it. That's how it should be done. Or more along the lines of how it should be done. I think COVID gave birth to frag weirdos, says Misha. I love the Fragrance Apprentice video, Truth About Fragrance, says Jonah. But aren't you the creative director of Les Ducadables? Says Prodigy. And says probably I don't like Fragcom exactly because of that, says Anne. I think the downgrade happened after as COVID was dwindling. Now it draws psychos. People have think that there's money in it now. That's why all the psychos have come. Sense in Real Life says money and the peeps coming from TikTok to YouTube, says Sense. Yeah, TikTok's a disaster. Like, fuck them. To be fair, I think COVID exacerbated certain underlying mental health issues for some folks. The damage is yet to be calculated, says Scott. That's a good point. Rich exaggerates he owns a private jet but doesn't want to be thought of as one of the billionaires, says Lily. I was given a private jet for nothing. Meet people. Anne says meet people. I find difficult to meet people with the same interests, says Anne. Well, if you like perfumes, then you are in the right place. It's a shame George is leaving. Him, yourself, Eugene Robes are the guys with the genuine knowledge and appreciation. I mean, there are others, but you get what I mean, says Alex. Yeah, mediocrity prevails in the fact. Yes, it's been a race to the bottom, and how quickly the race has been ran. The pace has been outrageous. To be fair, mediocrity prevails in the perfume industry recently. Yes, it does. It has mirrored that. Rich, show us your green Shergi. No, it's in another room. Fuck that, I can't be asked. I am extremely lazy. Sorry, Jordan. Fragcom may be in decline, but I do see these smaller fragrance communities strengthening now. This live is one example, says Scott. Well, the thing is that I do it because, well, I do it for a few reasons, but I enjoy it. You know? And I don't have the audio-visual pizzazz that some people do. And so you have to come for the things I say. It's kind of like a filter, a not on purpose filter. I can't think of it, like a not. Like it's an accidental filter, you know. It's not. It's a lazy filter. It's just I'm not very good at the thing. Maybe it's when I get the room sorted out, like, you know. But it's a big cavernous room, and I was listening to like a couple of old videos here. I never watch my videos back, by the way. That's another thing. I couldn't edit my videos because I can't stand watching them back. Like, all of my videos are one takes. Anyway, the acoustics in this room are absolutely abhorrent, and they're worse at the minute because the floor is like bare. There's nothing on the floor. I'm gonna get a big, fat, thick underlay, and I'm gonna get a big, fat, thick carpet. I don't know. But yes, I agree. The smaller communities, mine is small, but it is mighty, and there are committed people. And I often joke about how I have to live stream because if I didn't, where else would the chat go to meet up with each other? And that's the thing. The people here know each other and they see each other in other places. Like, oh my God, I know you from there. And it's like, you know, it's good. It's good. There is an actual sense of community here, which is nice. You know, that's what it used to be. Like the whole fragrance community used to be like that, and it's not now. And I think it's that kind of thing. People like George and even Robes, who isn't my favorite person anymore after what he did, but I'm not going into that. Like all these old timers and stuff, they all grieve for that sense of community that was lost starting 10 years ago. Well, they would be Fragcom. No, I don't know. Lily says, I don't know exactly what we're complaining about, but if it's Rich, he's complaining. Complaining about you, Lilith. J.E. Jake says, really been enjoying Comme des Garçons Black and Amouage Royal Tobacco the last few days. I tried that Royal Tobacco. I wasn't a massive fan. Surprised Eugene liked it. There was something a bit rich and creamy about it that I didn't like. Rats, says Jordan. Is it to spot those that lack passion? Yeah, I think the people who do lack passion for it, I don't think they appreciate just how fucking easy it is to spot for other human beings to suss them out, like, you know? Oh, that Venetian Bergamot's definitely one of the best Tom Fords. God, it was good. And the prices are fucking silly. Mind you, it was always overpriced for what it was. It was a fucking bergamot fucking thing. But it's very nice. You have to come for what he says, not the big melons, says Mitra. Yes, I will never show my big melons. I'm going to Rebel Stream right now, says Lily. Rich streams for mental health and well-being, says Mitra. The duck pond, says Joan. Yes. Scott says that's exactly why I enjoy hanging out for the live streams. Just you being yourself, Rich, along with the good folks here, and the education is free. I always learn something new. Well, we all learn things off each other. Everybody puts stuff in. I don't mind being corrected either. There's some people who you see when they're on stream, and it's like fucking. If somebody has like a different opinion or a fucking, or even like where someone will say, "Oh, I've got to like correct you," or like I think you're wrong about something. I'm like, oh. Sound it's not like an affront on me very fucking being. It's not an existential crisis like about being wrong. I'm also fine with saying I don't know. There's a lot of people in the world in general, not just Fragcom, but in the world who just cannot allow the words "I don't know." And then there's a lot of people as well, right, who won't take "I don't know" for an answer. They would rather be lied to than them ask somebody something and the person say, "I don't know." And they'll keep pushing for an answer from somebody who has told them, "I don't know." Because that's happened to us before as well. I'm like, what the fuck do you want us to do? Want us to lie to you? What the fuck? And then in the end, you end up barking at people like that because you're just like, seriously, will you fuck off? Fragcom. It's a fractured community. Very good. Very good, often. Like, very good. Very good. Up the pond, says Mitra. Yusuf, how are you? We need to launch World Perfume Dignity Organization with headquarters in Newcastle. Yes! The cold headquarters in Newcastle. Everybody fuming when they have to come for a meeting. Fucking going to Newcastle again. It's fucking freezing. Whose idea was that? And I will tell them it was you, Yusuf. It was you. It was you. You did it. Don't blame me. Not me. Never me. Robert Platinum says, Royal Tobacco is the best fragrance to wear while smoking a premium cigar. You know, I've got some cigars my mate gave us fucking 18 months ago now, having known us for 20 years and then still buying us a bunch of fucking cigars, not that I've ever smoked in that entire time. I was like, right. So I've got them just sitting there. I keep thinking, maybe I should smoke one. I'd probably end up throwing up, like. Oh, I will tell you later. Lol, bad memories. Seriously, says Robert. COVID wasn't the peak of anything, says Karen. Often says I have a full bottle of Royal Tobacco. I enjoy it a lot because it actually changes from top to heart to base. Rare thing for a modern amouage. Germ says Duck needs to constantly be reminded of that Zagorsk is better than Kyoto. He does not. All right, mate. I'll reach air surplus. How are you? Any thoughts on Le Bleu by Guerlain? It's not one of my favourites, actually. Do you know what it is? Those old Guerlains that I should absolutely love. Jicky, Shalimar, fucking Le Bleu. Even stuff like number 5 by Chanel. All of them sort of perfumes I just don't get on with, like. And Avignon is better than both, says Karen. Yeah, I like Avignon. Avignon's a great perfume, right? Tool. Welcome, Tool. I do know Le Bleu's got an absolutely outrageous reputation, though. If somebody has thoughts on Le Bleu, please provide them to Jonah. Tool says, have you tried Chanel number 5 hair mist? Mate, I've got no hair. Unfortunately, I am the last person to ask about the hair mist. I'm hairless, bald, outrageous, cue ball of a man. I do know Eugene likes a hair mist, though. And I've smelled a couple of the mall ones, and they were actually not bad, like. Dahlia's first horrible take, says James. Geezer, you got any Goldfield and Banks? No. No, I'm not a fan of Goldfield and Banks. They're a bit wishy-washy. They're a bit, Oh my God, says Mitra. I don't like Shalimar nor Jicky, but I love Le Bleu, says Sandra. Often Lex says, asking Mitch about hair mist is fucking diabolical. Lily's having a great time. Hair mist for Rich, says Lilith. Holy shit, I forgot, says Tool. Oh no. I want some Marl hair mist, says Lilith. You deserve to be able to spray a hair mist, says Christina. Yes, and perhaps I will spray it on like my arms, on my legs, you know. Karen keeps all the hair mist for herself, for she has a fresh weave. You deserve to be able to spray a hair mist. Mon Numero 10 is better than Avenir. I have had a bottle of Mon Numero 10 up for sale on eBay for fucking months. Months, and no one wants it. It's just a little 30ml. Dainty little 30ml thing. Nobody wants it. Has anyone tried Frederick Mall the Night Hair Mist? Surely not. I thought Purple Suede from Goldfield and Banks was fairly good. I should also say that I'm not overly familiar with them. I've smelled a few of them. I remember when early Greeks said he'd be posting soon. That was over a year ago. Mate, that was like 3 years ago. The Lezo are basically hair mists, says Karen. Portrait hair mist is fantastic. Musc Ravageur cream too, says Pradeep, who has never said anything bad about Frederick Mall. Air Surplus says, interesting take, mate. First person I've heard who isn't very fond of them. Might look into Argos instead. Cheers. Better you than me. As long as I never have to smell them again, I'll be happy. Because they were fucking appalling. Don't look up his impressions of the Argos lineups. It's often licked. My hair is a real ass hat, says Karen. You made a hat for your ass? Or you made a hat out of your ass hair? What's going on there, Karen? Argos is fire. Argos should be chucked into the fire. Yusuf says, where is the best place to purchase niche perfumes in London? It depends what you're looking to buy. Les Santas is good. Bloom, we don't like to push Bloom because the woman who owns it's a bit of a fucking bitch. Javois, maybe. Depends what you're looking to buy, mate. Depends what you're looking to buy. Jake says, I'm planning on picking up Bohemian Lime, but I need more info before I spend £140, says Airfabulous. Can you try them anywhere? I started my mall list by bashing 7 frags, says Proddy. Does it work on arse hair? Asking for a duck, says James. Don't know if I would spray me arse hair. There has been some stuff on, like, TV and the internet recently that's been like, here's this fucking spray that you can use to spray anywhere that you smell, and it will stop it from happening. And it's got, like, videos of people, like, spraying it down the fucking underwear and fucking under their boobs and fucking under their armpits and behind their knees and shit like that. And I'm like, wow. Whole body deodorant. Yes, that's the one. Well done, Raga Raga. Whole. With the emphasis on the whole. You know? Spray it in your hole. I like Christian's Magnifique hairspray. I make it myself, says Christian. Gross. Rich sprays Argos on his ass hair, says Karen, and then sets it on fire. Dare I say that I enjoyed wearing Acne Studios today? You dare not. If it were a third of the price, I'd be tempted. And then again, I like soapy scents. He will eventually review them, says Christina. I need British brands that cannot be found in the USA, says Yusuf. Pass. I don't know that there are brands available in the UK that can't be found in America, unless you're looking for something like Serge Luton, which can't be found in the USA anymore. Maybe there are some lines of perfume, but if you're looking for perfumes, you should really go to France, mate. France is the place you're going to find perfumes that you can't find in America. I tried Bohemian Lime a while back, very woody lime. I didn't care for it, glad I sampled. Always sample, always sample. Like to buy a sample set to get a wider range of scents, says Air Surplus. That's a good idea, always buy a sample set. I would agree that Goldfield and Banks are mostly skippable Fragcom paid for reviews. Purple Suede is just a most rounded ombre leather, which is why I liked it, says Jake. They're called body sprays for a reason. Ass hat, says Karen. What is this? You are making a hat from your ass hair. Cheers, mate. Might stick to buying a Rogers Oceana. Aaron Terrence Hughes. Aaron Terrence Hughes is available in America. Sure he is. Going to Paris as well. I would do that. Go and have a look at Jevois in London, which is also in Paris. And go and have a look at La Santes, that is in London as well. Harrods, go into Harrods. You'll find a lot of stuff in Harrods. There's a whole perfume floor in Harrods. I think it's like the 6th floor. Somebody with better knowledge of Harrods will be able to help you there. I've just started advertising a deodorant in the UK for your romantic. Well, that's literally what I was just talking about. Can't get in the USA. Bohemian Lime put me off trying any more from Goldfield. No field and thanks, says Often Licked. That's very good. I like that. Jevois has started getting Estee Lauder brands now. Oh no. Oh no. Estee Lauder's reaching out because they're in fucking deep financial trouble. Faithless05, welcome, says, not to be morbid, Rich, these are famous last words, but will you be buried with your bottles? No, don't waste material goods burying them with someone, any of them. Or pass them on to someone in a will, says Faithless. I'll probably just give them away before I die, like. Depending on what I've got left, like. Surplus is solid, mate. Might just not buy it then. You got any recommendations for a summery and fresh niche frag? Frenchy Lavande by Girl On. Healy Salmaran and Note de Yuzu, says Often Licht. Yes. Summery and fresh niche fragrances, friends. Has anybody got any words of wisdom for Air Surplus? It's now very woody. It's still much more honey, but thin honey. Anemic. That one's not bad. I don't hate that one. What are you? Nerve Agent number 5. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. But I do hate that. That's awful. The Labdanum Rose one. Escalon Indonesia is a fantastic one. That's a great one because it's cheap as well. Solid, mate. Roses are red, violets are blue, rich secret, let's uncut gem, and you will too. That's not true. Mousse de Sable by Les Indomitables is a good freshing niche, says Tool. In Paris, Jar is a must-have experience. What is that? Rasul says 10 out of 10 recommendation. Most Sabla. Isn't a Madabla's a scan in Indonesia? Yes, that is probably the one I would go with. Ferre Bergamotto, says Germs. Yeah, but it's hard to get and it's expensive. Also want a tea-leaning profile. Do you know any, says Surplus. Etat Libre d'Orange, you or someone like you. Armani, the Yulong or Healy Montfresh. Healy's Montfresh is lovely. It's like a creamy mint fragrance. I have it right here. That is not it. That is it. There you are. Healy's Montfresh. Oh, yes. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would appreciate it greatly. It would go down a treat. Can't go far wrong with that with the Palmer for summertime. They've been reformulating their stuff and putting amber woods in them. The fucking shithouses. Azimor is the current favourite freshie for Pradeep. Cologne, Officinal. Yes, that's dry and soapy though. Montfresh has some tea-like qualities to me as well, says Often Licked. Even Egoist in summer is grand. Just go easy on the trigger. The modern Egoist is because it's much thinner. The old one's syrupy and thick. It's much, much harder to wear in the summer. Although, again, your point stands. You could absolutely wear it in the summer if you went easy on the trigger. I suppose that's true of almost anything, isn't it? If you just put a little bit on. Peter says, Parfums de Rosine Rosissimo is a summer go-to for me. Anne is back with a question. How much fragrance do you have in total? About 350 bottles. That's down from about what must have been about fucking... I mean, I've sold the best part of 300 fragrances, so I must have had over 600 fragrances at one point. That doesn't include backups, though. Backups are still being parted with. But I have a lot of fragrances. A lot. How many fragrances do you have, Anne? Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's been a really warm spring. Been a really warm spring. Shit, that wallet must cry. DJ, managed to catch the end. Welcome. True of Promise as well. It's often like. Just got... No, don't wear Promise because it's not very nice. Just got Legend de Double Orange Sirocco. So great. I love it too, Enders. I love it. Managed to catch the end. I could be wrong, but I feel as though Ensemble Mystique is one of those fragrances that will be better in 10 years than when it was first sprayed. Are the aldehydes giving you trouble? Very aldehydic. It's very sad fragrance. I think that line's quite a sad line. Often licht. Shit, that wallet must cry. JC is still waiting on the bottle of tea for 2. Christian, I hope you liked the stream, says Drop Out. Often like says, I just think I'd struggle wearing even one spray of that in the summer. Geranium Odorato. Fantastic. Underrated from Diptyque for a lesser price. Yes. Geranium Odorator is fantastic, to be fair. Very nice. I have probably like 80 or 90, but 600 is an unholy amount. Oh, mate, that's not even... that's not even scratching the surface of some people's. Max 40 claims to have over 6,000. All of which, well, I mean, fucking nearly all of which will be absolute shitters, judging by the ones that he says that he likes. If the ones that he likes are the ones that he likes, the other ones must be fucking awful. I'm currently using Sailing Day by Maison Margiela, and I love it, says Air Surplus. I want to diversify the collection a bit as well. So I wanted a tea scent. Tea scents are good. Diptyque does quite nice stuff, actually. Yeah, they do. They really do. And Jodlo Papier and 34 Boulevard Saint-Germain. Yes, I've got 34 Boulevard Saint-Germain, but it's been a little bit warm here to wear it, like. It's what Sartorial is actually sitting on top of. Welcome, Nick. I was quite blown away after testing Naxos. The fucking shite. I hate Zerjoff. Often Lick says Armani, the Yulong is nice for a green tea, and Neroli Outre Noir is good for a black tea. Maybe you could look into Givenchy Disobedient as well, says Often Lick. The Bulgari blue tea scent was great. The red as well, says Karen. I like 40 knots, Starlight and Dolce and Amalfi, Nick. The rest are just a mess. Sebastian must be nearing 10,000 last week, only got 50. Says Prody. When Max 40 mentioned Creed Viking as one of his favourites in collaboration with Persilius. I actually quite like Viking, but absolute shit. Naxos is the scent of heaven. Naxos is shit, man. Shut up. It smells like fucking... It's a rip-off of Mugler's Pure Havana. We've all heard the story about how Naxos came to be. It's literally just a niche version of Pure Havana. Literally. I like Starlight until I discovered Javois Remember Me and reminded me why Zerjoff ain't it, says Jerry. Speaking of Guerlain, I've got to buy a new bottle of Cuir Intense. I had Cuir Intense. I thought it smelled a bit like Fahrenheit by Dior. You know? I thought it smelled like Fahrenheit by Dior. But bits of it. That's not fair. Bits of it smelled like Fahrenheit by Dior. The leather's not quite as fantastic. The heart isn't as good. The violet leaf is really good. And it's better than the modern Fahrenheit, but the vintage Fahrenheit is fucking unsurpassed, like an incredible fragrance. Speaking of girl, oh sorry, I read that. I fancy trying sexy Italian gentleman wears Zerjoff. What? What's your best budget perfume you own? Probably Ancre Noir, to be honest. Weird name, Zerjoff. Posing hard, says Tool. Maddie's Zen Zone. Hello, wealthy Mike. Who is Mike? And how much money does he have? Any Zerjoffs you can find a better, cheaper fragrance 9 out of 10 times, says Jake. Oh, I tried Nasamata Black of Ghana on a blotter. It is surprisingly nice, woody, resinous scent with a touch of licorice. I didn't expect to enjoy it. I remember the first time I tried it, I quite enjoyed it as well, but I couldn't eat a whole one, like. The new Amber Samar from Guerlain seems to follow the shampoo theme. What's the best niche Italian fragrance brand? Probably Lorenzo Viaresi, but there are many others. Zerjoff doesn't even make the list. I like the more mature and sweet scent profile of Cuir Intense and the slight bitterness. Sorry, I read that as shite bitterness. Slight bitterness. Check out Profumum Romeo Fuscini and Santa Maria Novella is a very good shout for the best Italian niche brand, actually, now you mention it. Santa Maria Novella is wildly underappreciated. They're fantastic. Lorenzo Viaresi is really, really good. Oh, God. Hot Take Zerjoff doesn't have bangers. I totally agree with you. That's not a hot take round here, mate. You're just fitting in very well. Uncle Sorcinelli. Yes, Filippo Sorcinelli is one of the best Italian brands. He'll have been very busy recently with the old Pope conundrum. I took my friend with me to try Ambra some more. I didn't care about it, but he liked it a lot. Some kind of sweet incense. Not that experienced in perfumes. Sergio, I've never had any. Yes, not mentioning Aqua di Parma. Aqua di Parma. Oh. Aqua di Parma are all good. Colonia is really good. Colonia Essenza is really good. I actually like Mandorla di Sicilia. Fico di Amalfi is good. A few of them are good. But the reformulations give me the terror. They give me the fear. Because I've smelled some of the reformulations and they're fucking awful. The mint one actually is quite nice. How are you, Rich? I'm okay. I'm getting a bit of a headache, actually. I'm not wearing my glasses. How are you? Often I tried Filippo Sorcinelli, but not today. Way more wearable than the forum people have claimed. Good Lord, the people on the forums talking shit? Never. Never. I can't believe it. Wait till the Substack wankers start. People thinking they can charge for fucking opinions that they can't give away for free. The fucking cheek of them. Kind of Fougere. Jura Rose keeps telling me to try that. Art Profumi has some great ones, says Brody. Depends what line from. Aqua di Parma makes freshies. It's true. Anne says, I once took a friend of mine to test out niche fragrances, but he only likes Zara. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You know what I mean? You can, if they're not as into it as you are, they're not going to be as interested to try. Some smell like rotten corpses. I'll never forget when Houdin sent me some materials, and one of them was called cadaverine. Oh, shit. It's extracted from white florals. It's a molecule in white florals, and it fucking literally smells like dead bodies. I mean, it's literally a molecule that is given off by decomposing corpses, literally cadavers. It's absolutely scandalous. Dave, your thoughts about Oud Isfahan? It's one of the ones I never liked. I didn't like it 10 years ago, and I don't like it now. And I haven't liked it at any point in between. I preferred Oud Palau by Diptyque. Aqua di Parma Zaffaran, known as a bloody saint, says Air Surplus. Sad part is people pay for those said opinions. Oud Isfahan is great to smell for 2 days, but then once you wear it enough, it gets annoying. It's all right to smell in passing, I think. I think you smell it for like a few seconds and it's all right, and then it's like, whoa, too much, go away, you're killing us. Hello, Robert. Fragrance Journey, how you doing? Dior Oud stinks, says Mitra. The other Dior Oud Rosebud was better. I imagine they've got more than a couple. Cartier Ouds are fantastic for a designer, yeah, but their prices are mental. They're above 300 quid for 75 mil now, man. Filippo in the red bottom. Maddie Zenzo says, well, interesting. Why did you smell dead body? Ugh. Gross. It's like the smell of just rotting flesh. It's a reference to Hannibal Lecter. Yes, it is. Might put frags on the back burner for the new Omega Rail Master, says Jay. I hate the colours. Fuck that. Just get an Aqua Terra. Wait a year and get it second hand as well. Don't buy Omegas brand new because their price and structure is disgusting. People have said it smells like corpse, but it didn't to me. It kind of smelled like a sour fougere. That is what makes perfumes interesting. I love everything about Ensembles Mythique. I just don't think it will age well. And on that, I have a Ryder Cup Aqua Terra I love. Cool. I'm okay, just finished with work. Can't wait to watch all the streams from today. Wearing my Grand Seiko today. Lovely watch for the money. They're fucking good watches, actually, Grand Seikos. High quality fucking mechanical things. They're just a bit big. I've got smaller wrists. I just do. I'm a big unit with small wrists. It's fucking upsetting. Do you like Iris Poudre? I have an older bottle of Iris Poudre, and it's much easier to wear than the modern one. The modern one smells like an old dame. A grand old dame. This is a lot cooler. This is a lot more kind of chic. Strangely enough. I don't know if it's just had time to calm down or if like the profile of Iris they've had to use or reformulated it to smell like a fucking old woman. God knows. 30 Danny, how you doing? How you enjoying? Oh, I'm fucking loving it, mate. Absolutely loving it. I'm actually selling the Explorer. Selling the Explorer, the 40mm Explorer. It's just too big. It just takes up too much fucking room on me fucking arm. It's like you literally can't see any of the bracelet when you're wearing it, like, which is hard to admit when you're fucking 6'2" and you weigh fucking 18 stone, but not to worry. And V-shaped arms. I see it on your desk. I got a 37mm Grand Seiko. That's nice. I like the GMT Grand Seikos. They've got the best dial game. Well, to a point. The thing is that even like Omegas and Grand Seikos and fucking... I haven't been involved in watches that long. Just like absorbing the content. But like... You can see, you look at like the old videos and people are talking about the prices 3 years ago and they're much more reasonable than what they are now. The price of luxury fucking watches and stuff is just... Omega have almost doubled the price of the Speedmaster in 4 years, 5 years. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Right, so I've never taken my eye, but appreciate the movements they've done. Yes. You can't help but appreciate the sheer quality of like what you can't like the achievements that they've come across with like watches and stuff like that. It's amazing. I've seen 100 mils of the Yulong sell for €100, so don't overpay if you enjoy it. Right, that's it, friends. I've got a headache. I'm going to bed now. Thank you very much for watching. This was the Fragrance live stream return. Hopefully I will be doing more of these more regularly now I'm a bit more settled. And it's been a tough couple of months, I'm not going to lie to you. My head's been up my fucking arse, like. But we'll see. No doubt I will find a myriad of ways to fuck myself up over the coming weeks, months and years. But that's life. You will hear about it ad infinitum, no doubt, my friends, as that's what we are here for. Thank you very much, everybody. It has been lovely to talk to you again. I remind you that I never end a stream feeling worse than when I started. See you later.